Nathan, can you please have a seat in the corner? Thank you. We're gonna kind of warm up with this. Plant your feet, get ready. If you want to go to your left, look over your left shoulder, straight ahead, and lengthen your body. Doesn't matter how high you go with your hips. What matters is you lengthening your body. And once your knee touches the mat, you just swing to, and that's it. Different angle. I'm here. I look over my head. I can see you right there. I lengthen my body. Doesn't matter how high I go with my hip. Once these knee touch the mat, the ground, you create enough energy to reach your knees, right? Centrifugal force. And you are in there. So, Nathan, your head that way, your feet that way. Come closer, please. Perfect. So I'm on it, Nathan. Right? And I'm holding him down here. He's going to go for a standard variation of the drop and roll. Yeah, he makes sure his elbow is in front of my knee. He drops the foot down there and he goes. And he controls my hip. Or he controls my biceps if I'm trying to hit him. He has to control my biceps if I'm trying to hit him. If not, he's going to get hit. One more time. Let's go through a step-by-step breakdown of the technique. Step-by-step breakdown. So, monkey grip on my wrist. If you go C-clamp, normal human grip, easy to get out of it. But if he has the monkey grip, I cannot go sideways because his back muscle are working for him. Here, if my knee is into his armpit, he has to walk until his elbow, shoulder walk until his elbow is blocking the knee. So when I lower myself, he drops the foot and he cannot go until he goes around the world and plant his foot. So for safety, I tuck my chin in, lower my shoulders. Now he's going to lengthen his body, look over his shoulder, and go. And even I'm 200 pounds, and he's, 120 pounds?
No,
less?
90 something.
90 pounds. Lengthen his body, make the technique work. Okay? Standard variation, punch block. Oh, he bumps, drops me, climbs on my body, staying close, trap my arm. Trap the foot on the same side. He's ready to go. Perfect. One more time. I'm punching. He bumps. Bring my hands to the mat. He climbs up. Trap my arm. Trap the foot on the same side. Kick around the wall. And good. If you reach, it's going to be even better. Right? Different angle. Here, I'm punching. He bumps. Bring my hands to the mat. Climb up. And trap my arm. Trap the foot on the same side. Now he's going to reach with his far arm. Incredible detail. And next hug variation. You have your head that way, please. Thank you. I'm hugging his neck. And I put my grave pines in. He goes. Go ahead. This is not an elbow escape, Nathan. You trap the foot. The arm is there. You've trapped it. Now you breach and reach with your arm. Okay? Remember, lengthen your body. You don't need to bring your hips high, guys. Excuse me, Nathan. What you need to do is look over, lengthen your body, and gravity does the rest. Okay? One more time, neck hug. Still continuing to warm up. I'm in the mount. I have my grave pines in. I hug the neck. He drops my arm. I cannot pull it out. He traps the foot, bringing his foot in. Hold on, excuse me. Bring your foot in. So he has my arm. He has the foot. Now he's going to lengthen his body and reach with his arm. Good. That's your neck hug variation. Go back. Head that way, please. Now, the wrist spin variation. I'm pinning his wrist, right? And leaning into him. He's going to hit me with his hips and whip his arm at the same time. If not, it's not going to work. He drops my arm, drops the foot, and reach. You have to reach with your arm. That's the wrist spin variation. If I do it, Nathan has the mount. He has my wrist. He's spinning, right? If he's not really pinning my wrist, it's not gonna, I just get out by myself. So he pins. He puts some weight into my wrist. I look away so he doesn't land on my beautiful nose. And as I bump with my hips, right, I whip both of my wrists behind my back. And I hug right there. And I'm ready to go. Climbing up, hug the back, trap his arm. For safety, he hugs my shoulder right there. Yes, protect his wrist. I trap the foot on the same side right here. And now I just lengthen my body. Lengthening my body. And I reach with my arm as well. Okay? Reach. And when I land here, I trap his hips. And biceps. Okay? And the last variation we're going to look at for the warm-up is the spread fingers. I'm just standing over him. My arms are on each side of his head. He's going to go drop one arm. My knees hang to his armpit. He does a shoulder walk. Blocking my knee. He has my foot trapped now. Everyone sees that? He has my arm. He has my foot trapped. It's good to go. Wherever I go, he just says J-Lo, right? He just comes with me. Right there. So he has my foot trapped and he's ready to go. He's going to lengthen his body. He's going to look over. If you don't look over, you're not going anywhere. So you need to look over your shoulder. And you lengthen your body. Boom. And he got it. So you guys should know those 5 variations of the trap and roll. So let's do them one more time, okay? Now, I'm the good guy. Nathan is the bad guy. Standard variation. He mounts, indicator. He has both hands on my chest or on my neck. And I trap everything at once. Foot, wrist, elbow. And now I bring my leg over inside in the middle, right here. Now, he has to lower himself. When I look over my head, safety, he lowers himself so he doesn't land hard on his shoulder, right? So I have wrist, elbow, triceps, foot, all 3 trapped. And this foot doesn't stay out there. It comes in inside. Now, I do my bridge. Look over my head, lengthen my body. I don't need to go high. Lengthen, pushing off my feet, pushing off the ball of my foot. And I get in to my knee position, get the biceps right away. Good. Number 2, bench block variation. I can close right away, or if he bump, get it. Right? Some people, like Nathan just did, will try to posture up. If I'm trying to bump, he posture up because he knows what's coming. I can just push him off. Right? Come on back. So he has to get on with the program, right? If he's there, I can go and hug, or he punches. I bump. And keeping his hands on the mat, I'm ready to go. I climb up, swim over, or he might be punching. Punch, please. I shoot over his arm and trap his arm. So right away, for his own safety, he has to hug my shoulder. Palm up, hug the shoulder, trap the foot of your partner. So foot trap. Arm trap, everything trap on one side. Now I can bring my foot in, start pushing for my bridge, looking over my head, reaching with the pommel, and I get in. Control the biceps. He can cross his ankle behind my back if he knows what's going on, but most people will try to push away or get up. Push away or get up. He needs to uncross his ankle. Number 3, Neck hug variation. He's hooking my ankles as well, right? With hook removal. So he gave me an arm right there. He gave me the arm. So I trap his biceps, hug his back. And now he also gave me a foot. So on the same side, I keep his ankle trap. On the opposite side, you can't see. So let me turn right there. Opposite side, I kick my leg out around the wall, plant it. Now you can see. And I'm going to look over my head, keeping his arm trapped. And I start going, lengthening my body. And now I can push with these two. So it's one in the ball of my foot. I keep pushing. My knee touch the ground. So I can let gravity take over now. Right? And I got it. Okay? Wrist spin. Wrist spin. He's got my wrist. He's got some weight. I'm looking away from his chest, right? My hands are going to move. Come on, please, spin. As I bring my hips up, my hands move behind my back. And I hug right away. Becomes just like a punch block. Not much different. I can climb up if I need to and look at my grip. Monkey grip. It's like a clinch grip, right? And I trap his arm. He hugs my shoulder to protect his own wrist. Trap his foot. You can see right there, his foot is being trapped. Not ugly trap like this. Inward. He has my shoulder hugged for his own safety. I look over my head and I pummel and breathe. And I'm pushing till my knee touches the mat. Once my knee, the outside of my knee touch, I know gravity is taking over. I can just swing my knee over. Perfect. And lastly, spread fingers. It's just over me. I don't like bringing both arms because if I go across with this arm, he can just drop his chest and I'm trapped, right? So I like going with one hand. I catch it, shoot it over my head, and then hand it over, and it becomes a standard trap and roll, right? Look over, push with the foot trapped already, and my knee. You can see my knee touches the mat here. I just lengthen my body, and I come over like that. Perfect. So we're good with our warm-up. Bodies are ready to rock and roll. Let's start with Americanas, right? So we're going to build on these 5 trap and rolls. And then we're going to go into our Americanas and build onto both variation of Americana. So we have a standard variation of Americana and we have a neck hug variation of Americana. We're going to see what we can do in addition to those 2 arm locks. Because we can do more arm locks, we can do some chokes, we can take the back of all these. So we start with the basics and add on to it into more advanced technique, which are just basics done in different ways. If you have any questions right now, please just text and let me know. So we ready, we warmed up, and we're gonna go Americana. Standard variation Americana. And Nata is going. One more time. Different angle. You're in the mount. You want to go on this arm, please. He pins, shoots in, he's looking away, and he got it. Neck hug variation of the Americana. Now he's hugging my neck. Good. And he wants to attack this arm. He pins it, catch, shoot over, come around the world. And he gets it. Stay, stay, stay. One more time. He's hugging the neck. He catch my wrist, feed it, palm up. Now he wants to be head down. He wants to be looking away. He wants to catch his own wrist, monkey grip on his own wrist. Now he comes around the world and he finishes it. Slow, very slow, control, monkey grip. It's not about lifting my arm. It's about staying low right there, having your hook in. Because if you don't have your hook in, I can do what?
Throw me up.
Yes, so the back hook goes in, right? Back hook in, front knee open, point your toes. Now you have control. If I try to hug you and bring the other way, you switch your grip. So watch what Nathan is doing. Right here, I'm trying to pull him, back hook in. I push, he switch. Before I even get there, he already switch. See that? It's control that's important. Control, control, control. Now, he wants to have monkey grip. He wants to curl his wrist. See that? Right there, he curls both of his wrists. And he's much stronger than it seems. He looks away because if he looks down, I can still bring my finger into his eyes. So he looks away, his head is close to mine, his elbow is into my neck. He's got it. Monkey grip, curl your wrist. And now, if I push, he has the back hook in and shoot the back hook. You have to point your toes, Nathan. Point your toes. Back hook in. Okay? And now he can finish by sliding and keeping my wrist on the mat and lifting. So you guys have that too. So what do we do with all those? What do we do with those 5 strapping rolls? What do we do with those 2 Americanas when they don't work? When the person, your partner, your opponent does something that stops those 7 techniques from working. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. Our bodies are ready. You guys are ready. We ready? We're ready to go. So let's start with the trap and roll. Okay? So when I'm trapping and rolling someone from the get-go, there is many things they can do, right? Or let's say I want to try elbow escape instead of a trap and roll, right? So I want to do an elbow escape. How can he stop me here? He can hug my neck because he doesn't want me to crunch my body. And that gives me an opportunity for what? For a trap and roll. Because now right here he's hugging, he's stopping me, he's pulling me back up. Right? So I just trap everything and I go. That's a surprise roll. So let's look at it. Right here, Nathan's gonna try, I'm in the mount, he's gonna try to go for an elbow escape. Right there. I hug his neck and I'm opening him up. So what is he going to do now? He cannot do an elbow escape. He traps my arm. He traps the foot on the same side. And he's going to reach and lengthen his body. And he gets a trap and roll. Come on this way, buddy. Your head that way, your feet this way. Come on with your feet this way, please. Oh, come on. Come on over. So surprise roll. He's attempting an elbow escape. That's how he can use those 5 techniques we've done, okay? So he's doing an elbow escape. Or he can do anything. He can try to push me away. Yeah. Right? That's possible too. But let's start with something that you know, right? He's elbowing, escaping, and I hug his neck to stop him from doing that. So he's taking advantage of my move to do a trap and roll. He traps the foot, traps the arm, and he's very much glued to me. And now he's ready to go. He looks over his head, lengthen his body, and reach with his forearm. We're missing something. We're missing the reach. So trap the foot, trap the arm, and reach. Yes. And he gets it. My turn. My thigh is in the mount. And I'm going for the elbow escape. He hugs my body. See, he's bringing me back. I trap the foot right there. I trap the arm. And I go. Reaching, lengthening my body, looking over my head. It's not about going high. You can go as high as you want up there. It's not going to work. But if you look over your head, Lengthen your body. You don't have to go very high. This is enough to create a trap and roll. Any question on that? Let me look at the feed. Perfect. Okay, so no question so far. So let's look at the second way of using your trap and roll, right? I'm trying to punch now. He's attempting an elbow escape, and I'm trying to punch. He's just going to use what? Punch block variation. So one more time. Your feet that way, buddy. Your head that way. Thank you very much. He's attempting right away. He's on his side. He wants to do a really good elbow escape, and I'm trying to punch. So instead of laying down, he can do that. Or go back. When I'm trying to punch, you trap my arm right away. You don't have to do a bump, unless you have to, right? So, but that's a good one. He can go straight for it. So go back, elbow escape, and do the bump again. I like that. Yeah, I'm trying to punch you, bump. Oh, and he traps my arm. He traps the foot, and he's ready to go. Where's the reach? Oh, excellent. One more time. Your head that way. Let's change angle so people can see. So you're already on this side, right? And you're trying to do your elbow escape, but I try to punch you. Trap the arm, trap the foot. Now look over your head, lengthen the body. Perfect. Good, my turn. Tap the mount and try to punch. I shoot over, trap. So safety, you hurt my shoulder right away. Now I want your foot too. So I come and trap your foot. So I have everything trapped. If you're anchoring over my far ankle, I just kick around the wall. And now I'm ready to go. Look over my head and I push. Perfect. And number 3, I'm trying to elbow escape. And you are trying to elbow escape. Let's switch. So your head that way, please. Your feet that way. Excellent. So you want to be flat on your side already. Doing your elbow escape. You have my back hugging. And right here, I'm choking you. I bring my hand in and I'm starting to choke you. So you just trap this arm. You trap the foot on the same side. And you look over your head. You really have to look over. Yeah, that way your neck is out of the way. So when you lengthen your body, kick around the world, lengthen your body now. Yes. It works like a charm. And you want to control my hips or my biceps, depending on what I'm doing, right? So, my turn. I'm already on my side. You go to the mount. I'm about to do an elbow escape, and you choke me with this arm. You're choking me. So I just turn. I can trap here and here, but I like a C-clamp, a good old C-clamp. Right there. We're good to go. So we went from, I'm trying to do an elbow escape, and Nathan chokes me to counter it. If you choke me on the same side, I just trap here, right? But if I do an elbow escape, you choke me right there. 1, 2, 3. I have everything. I look over my head. I lengthen my body. And I come in right there. So we have 3 variations. Let's review them. Surprise rolls. Using your trap and roll in a very smart way by combining them with elbow escape. So if you're ready to elbow escape, means you flat on your side, right there. Your elbow will be in front of my knee. You're almost successful. I open you up. So you trap the arm, trap the foot. Trap the foot on the same side. You have to do a trap and roll now. You have to do a trap and roll. If you don't trap my foot, there's no trap and roll, my friend. Good. Now you look over your head and you're going to hip and reach with your arm because I'm much bigger than you. You need to pummel using all your advantage. So remember, guys, you have to trap everything on one side to do a trap and roll. If you don't, it doesn't work. Okay, that's the first variation. The second variation, right down, please. Your head that way, your feet that way. Slide down. Perfect. The second variation, he's going to do an elbow escape. He has my back hugged. He has his forearm in front of my knee. But instead of hugging his neck, that we did first, and he trapped, I'm trying to punch. So he's going to do what? Trap my arm, trap my foot, and then look over his head and reach with his arm and lengthen his body. Perfect. And number 3, he's attempting his elbow escape. He's on his side, tugging my back, and I choke him. I come here. He just traps my arm, traps the foot on the same side, and he's going to look over his head and lengthen his body again. Whoop. Beautiful trap and roll. And he wants to control my biceps if I'm hitting him. If I'm trying to get up, he controls my hips. Nice. So, trap and roll are pretty powerful, and even more powerful when used with elbow escape. So we've seen 5 trap and roll to warm up, right? Standard variation of the trap and roll, check. Punch block variation of trap and roll, neck hug variation of the trap and roll, wrist spin variation of the trap and roll, and spread finger variation of the trap and roll. Now, you can set them up using elbow escape. So you attempt an elbow escape. If it's successful, great. You go to the guard. I'd rather get on top of the fight, right? If it's a real fight. So I set up an elbow escape to escape, go to the guard, but my partner hugs my neck. Trap and roll, neck hug variation. I set up with an elbow escape. My partner attempt to punch me. Trap and roll, punch block variation. I set up with an elbow escape. My partner attempt to choke me or touch me in any other way. Trap that arm, trap the foot on the same side, look over my head, lengthen my body, go. Good to go? Let's go back to Americana. You have the mount now, right? You trapped and roll, and you did a basic open guard pass, right? You end up in the mount. Americana, standard variation, Americana neck hug variation, but they're not working, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do, turn your head that way, please. Your feet that way. Perfect. So I have a neck hug. I set him up. He defends here. I trap his wrist. Catch my own wrist. Then feet, 2-on-1. Right here. He traps my biceps. I cannot come around. You guys see that? I cannot come around. Impossible. I lift his elbow. Right? And I can do an arm lock, but we're going to start with the head and arm choke. So I lift his elbow, I bring my head across, and now I have it. Head and arm choke. I'm in the mount. I want to go to the side though. Side. I slide my knees forward, and I end up here. Head and arm choke. Okay? The standard variation of the hand and arm choke, I want to push his bicep into his neck, right? Right there, into his neck. You guys see that? Biceps into his neck. My head goes low, palm to palm, cable grip. He's tapping already, okay? So, have a seat mat down, crisscross applesauce. Fix your belt. Let's bring Baba. Okay, I'm going to bring Baba in the party. This is Baba, guys. I made Baba with a group of friends, right? A few years ago. We were not messing around. Okay, so I have the neck hug, right? And I catch his arm, right? Catch my wrist, catch the arm, Americana. But I cannot go around because Baba is bringing his arm and catching my biceps. So I lift. You guys see that? And now watch. I can X with my arm. Happens. I bring Baba's arm. My head comes. And then I push the biceps into Baba's neck. Palm to palm. Now I want to slide my knees up so I can dismount this without being pushed into half guard. Drop. Head and arm right here. And I have the choke. Right? Just staying close head to head. Sometimes they have those crazy big necks. Right? It doesn't work. So what I do is I catch my own biceps, catch my own head, shoot into Kesagatami. Right? Right there. And then bring his head close to my hip to get the choke. I just bring him close to my hips. Right? Head and arm choke right here. And I bring him close to my hip. Just like that. So, any questions on that? Perfect. No questions. Let's move on. You have the neck hug, right? You catch the wrist, feet. They catch your biceps. What you can do with an arm lock, you lift right here, come to your knees, slide the knee in the pocket right there, and you can go for an arm lock right there. Okay? If they're still holding your biceps on this side, just bring your foot, turn, and now you have it. Okay? Just come over. You can arm lock by falling forward. You can arm lock by sitting back. Okay? Pretty straightforward. Now let's bring that down back. Let's put Babas on the side. Baba. Nathan, come on, please. You are going to do the technique. Neck hug variation of the Americana. Okay, let's do it on... Yes, that's fine. Now that's the neck hug. He dropped my wrist. He catches me. He's trying to come around, but I stop him here. Right? You see, he cannot come around because I do a monkey grip on his biceps, pull his arm down. You have to catch your own wrist there. Perfect. So he's going to come to his knees. He's going to slide his knees forward. 1, 2. Right there. Now he's going to lift this elbow like he wants to do an Americana. Right? And he's going to bring his knee in the pocket. Move to modified mount. He's going to slide his knee high behind my elbow and move to modified mount. You have to move, buddy. Your foot comes up here and you move your body north this way. So if you stay low, I can push you and you will roll that way. So you need to raise your head because you're going to do an arm lock. You hug my arm. Don't fight me. Just do the technique. You hug the arm. Hug the arm. You push my head. You need to raise yourself if you want to do the arm lock. If you lay down on me, you cannot do the arm lock. You need to raise yourself, walk your foot into my armpit, and then bring your leg over. Okay? So we need to stop fighting when we do Jiu-Jitsu. Your head that way. It's funny, right? The way I say it, but Jiu-Jitsu, it's a language. So it's about talking to each other. It's about exchanging, right? Like, it's not about trying to crush others. You know, when we try to crush others, we lose. Even if we win, you know, we lose. So I'm going to go very slowly because I'm like 150 pounds heavier than my son. So I need to be careful with whatever I do. Neck hug variation of the Americana. If he doesn't do anything about his arm, I'm messing him up. So I catch the wrist, catch my own wrist. Right? Go. 1, 2, 3. Get in there. He catches my biceps. See right there? He stops me from coming around his head. So for safety, he has to make a fist here. Good. And I lift the arm This time, I'm not going to go for the head and arm choke, right? If you remember, head and arm. No. This time, I'm going to go for the arm lock. He makes a fist. I lift. I come to my knees. And now, look, the pocket right here, I bring my knee into it. You guys see that? And then modified mount. I step with my other foot. Right there. Now I'm ready to go. I can invert. Walk my foot into his armpit. And then I invert. Now I cannot sit on my son because I can break his rib cage. I'm going to sit on the ground. But you see my position here? Bring his arm over the head. And because I have a, what?
Gable grip.
I have a gable grip a little bit, yeah. Arm lock. Right there. Pretty straightforward. Right there. So that's a possibility. So you can do an arm choke of the Americana neck hug variation. So those are neck hug sequences. And you can do an arm lock or many arm locks. What you can also do is arm lock on the opposite side or take the back on the opposite side. So when I come here and I do this, what my opponent wants to do is come free himself here. So he's using his arm to come underneath. That's the only way. You need to come over across. That arm cannot come that way. There's no space for it, but it can come underneath. You guys see that? So I can close everything. Now his arm is trapped. So he can catch his own wrist or he can catch my wrist. Whatever it is, either my wrist or his wrist, I fit it. And now I can pull my arm out and I have a twisting arm control. Now from here, I can arm lock. I go around, walk my foot, come over, and then you're in a position to arm lock. Your foot can come. So one more time, I'm not going to put some weight on that down. So I'm going to hug, post my hand in front of his face, and now I can lean and sit for the arm lock. You guys got that? Got to the TAC. So here, neck hug, attack. And he comes underneath. You let him come and close the pad. Now he has his own wrist. I feed to my hand. And if it's a combative, if it's a fight where strike out Tron, I'm not going to go right away and catch my wrist here. Because when strike out Tron, people trash all over the place. He will go to his knees, right? Go to your knees. And throw me over potentially. Or I'm going to have to let go, take his back. Right here. To take his back, slide, sit, and then pull him in the opposite direction. Now I have the back. And here there's an option. Triangle, arm lock. A lot of things can happen. So, from the neck hug, what did we look at? Let's slow things down. Okay? Neck hug variation of Americana. I'm here, I bug his neck, he comes to defend, I catch his wrist, and I catch him. If he's not holding my arm, I just come around and do a normal Americana, right? Normal Americana. But he's holding my biceps. I cannot come around. You guys see that? So I lift his elbow, bring my head on the opposite side. I have to let go so you can see. So I don't have to let go. So he makes a fist to protect his wrist. I lift, and now, check this out. I bring my head on this side. Now I can let go of his arm. You guys see that? And then I come close to his head, palm to palm. Slide up to my knees. Lean forward. Dismount, pointing my toes, making sure he cannot pull me in the half guard. Push him away with my shin. Drop. See how my head slide? I'm bringing his biceps into his neck. And here, I just hug. And in a few seconds, he's going to have to tap, like 6 seconds, because I'm shutting the blood flow to his brain. Okay? And here, if it's not working when I do that, I move to Kezagatame, rear naked choke, basically. And I pull his head to my hip. Okay? That's all the options. I go again. Neck hug. Bug the neck. Catch. Oh, he shot in himself. I let him go and catch him. I can go figure four right away and do an arm lock. Or I can take his back. I come to my knees, slide my knee up, and tuck my foot back here. So you can see. I tuck my foot in, sit. Now I'm going to throw myself in the opposite direction. Right here. And I take his back. Need to move your feet, Nathan. Yes. I take his back, right? I'm in. And then from here, you have triangle chokes or you have arm locks. Triple threat, right? Everything is possible. On the far side, again, neck hug. Bug him. Catch the wrist. Feet. I don't let him come through. I want to do my arm lock. It's not working because he's trapping my biceps, right? I come to my knees. Lift. Bring my knee in the pocket. Step over. And right here, I just catch my own wrist. I don't want to put weight on Nathan. So what I'm going to do is hug, push his head into me, or switch, right? To protect your kid. You know, you lean and you have an arm lock. Good. So trap and roll, standard variation. Check. Drop and roll. Bench block variation. Check. Drop and roll. Neck hug variation with hook removal. Check. Drop and roll. Spread fingers. Check. Drop and roll. Wrist spin. Check. But to get to those against experienced people, you have to use something else. You have to combine attacks and defense, right? There is not much difference in Jiu-Jitsu. It's the same. It's all the same. So you go with an elbow escape and they try to grab you, hug you. Now you have an access to an arm and you do your trap and roll. You go for an elbow escape, they try to punch you. You have a punch block variation of the trap and roll. You go for an elbow escape, they're trying to choke you, touch you in any way. You have a trap and roll. Let's see Nathan do it. Your head that way, buddy. Come this way, down. Come on, come on, come on. Perfect. We have to be at the perfect distance. And you go for an elbow escape. So you're trying to, and I'm hugging now. Trap and roll. Trap, trap, trap. Look over your head, and you got it. And it can be for anything, right? Doesn't matter what it is. He goes for an elbow escape. And I'm trying to grab him. He traps my arm. And he traps the foot. And he looks over. Gone. Exactly like that. He has the mount, right? If he can score a standard Americana, go ahead, Americana. And he goes for it. And monkey grips and everything is perfect. He has a back hook in. You know, when I push, I try to roll. He turns. This is pretty good control, right? Boom, 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 boom. It's got good control. He can finish his Americana, curl his wrist. I tap, right? But let's say he's doing a neck hug variation now. He's hugging the neck. And he pins, he catches, he shoots for it, but I don't let him go. So he has to figure it out, right? So he has to try it by lifting my elbow here and come to his knees, slide his knee in the pocket, move to modified mount. And now he can do an arm lock, right? Walk his foot over my head and sit. He can also go that way. Right? And finish the arm lock. You guys see that? Heavy legs, anchoring, and he can finish it in this direction. He can finish leaning forward. He can finish leaning back. Everything is possible. Leaning forward, he finishes his arm lock. Leaning back, he finishes his arm lock. Either way, it's a win-win proposition. Or let me bring Baba back in. Baba is back, right? I have the neck hug. I catch the wrist. Feet to my own wrist here. Goes crazy. When I'm ready, I go 2-on-1 and I shoot in. But Baba is blocking this arm. He's like, Chumba, today is the day where you're not finishing this, right? So I come up, lift. See that? I lift his elbow, bring my head across. Once I'm here, shove his arm to his neck. Okay? Shove his arm to his neck, and I go palm to palm. I'm on my knees already, so I point my toes up to the sky, dismount so I don't get caught into half guard. Drop, basic side mount, and close the deal right here. If it's not working because her neck is amazing, she's just been wrestling for the past 20 years, right? So the neck is just humongous. So check this out. I shoot to my bicep, catch my head or her head, move to Kezagatame. Okay? Right there, cross chest, and I'm going to bring the neck to my hips, to my belt. Finish. And arm choke. All that from your Americana. So don't look at your Americana and be like, oh, it's terrible technique. No, it's good. All techniques are powerful. They all are. It's just about doing them right. Good. So 5 trap and rolls, 2 Americana standards and neck hug. Then we went into surprise rolls, right? Setting up your trap and roll with an elbow escape. They hug you, you trap and roll them. Setting up your trap and roll with another elbow escape. They're trying to punch you, trap their arm, you do your roll. Setting up your trap and roll with an elbow escape and they are trying to choke you, trap and roll, or touch you anywhere in your chest, shoulder, trap and roll. We went in the mount, from the mount position, Americana standard variation or Americana neck hug variation. And those can give you twisting arm control. They can give you arm locks on both sides, back, and you can do some head and arm chokes. So we will continue. Actually, I want to do a class every day, and once we are on that thing. So tomorrow, Coach Moses and I will send an email or text messaging, and we're going to continue like that. We're going to review the basics and add some building blocks on those, right? So if we do, let's say, taking the back from the mount, we move into rear naked choke, we move into arm locking and different triangle choking from the mount. If we do a guard, right? Phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can do some finishes, from those, some sweeps. So we're gonna review all our base technique and add 3, 4, 5, 6 techniques on top of that. Defense or attack. I told you there's no defense or attack. Okay, it's all the same. So we just gonna take our basic techniques and build around, under, on top of them. So we have 2-3 weeks maybe where we have to do this isolation thing, which is really good for our communities, so we can stop that virus. So whenever I get a break from everything else I do, I will film. I will go live. We will warn you, and we'll go live. Whether it's striking or mobility or just pure jiu-jitsu, we'll go live and show you what we do. Here, I do a lot of my training here. I kickbox. I have a bag actually set up. Let me show you. My bag is right there, so we can do some striking. We can do quite a bit of things. So I hope you like what we did tonight. I'm sorry we started late. Technical difficulties. Nathan was my assistant today. He's pretty cool. I love him to death. I enlist my wife at some point, and then I have Vincent, who is older. He's 12 years old. So he will be here too. So I will be answering questions if there are any. Um, yeah, Tara will get her kickboxing class. So we're gonna try to do it. Um, Actually, maybe tomorrow. Let's exchange on the forum, right? On WhatsApp, and then find good times for everyone who wants to do things, and we'll do them. There is plenty of time to do everything right now in between conference calls and writing memos and proposals and all those things. So we'll do it. I'm up for it. And then we're gonna get better at this streaming thing, right? We're gonna plan the class better. It's gonna be more precise and refine things. So it's gonna get better. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's talk and exchange and see who wants to do what. So again, I can teach some mobility exercise. I can teach some striking classes, some kettlebell, right? You know, kettlebell. I can teach some kettlebell classes. This is really good for you. It gets you very strong and very flexible in many different ways. So we can do some of these. Just whatever you want to learn. This is the time. You have me in, right? I'm there. So we can do plenty of stuff. So let's talk about it. Let's discuss. Our streaming's gonna get better, and we're gonna be all good. Yeah. Well, thanks for taking the time to hang out with us, and maybe see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye.